Hey guys, how you doing? Steve here again tonight. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, New York time. I wanted to talk to you guys today or tonight about a DNA test for medications. This particular one was by a company called GenoMind, and the test is called a GeneCept Assay Report. GeneCept is GeneCept ASSAY report. What this test basically does is test all medications against your DNA, against your genes, and which enzymes in your liver metabolize certain medications. This test was done by my psychiatrist. After trying multiple antidepressants to cure my major depressive disorder and to improve on my anxiety disorder. This test will help you out in the guesswork. Excuse my French, but all the bullshit you have to deal with your psychiatrist. And don't mind my little friend up there, he's from Halloween. Anyways, getting back to my point, there's a lot of psychiatrists who will tell you it's trial and error process. Trial and error. Try this medication. Try this. You have to find the right cocktail. The right cocktail of medications. I think it's a little bullshit. So you can just keep coming back, I know there are some good-hearted psychiatrists out there, but let's face it, guys, we're the ones who are hurting. We're the ones who are suffering every day. We have our good days and our bad days and our in-between days, but we're the patient. They're just sitting behind a chair, living their life, and once you get out of their office, you're forced to go on with your life, and we all want to get better, so I was so happy to do this test. I advise everyone, if you can, to find a psychiatrist, to find a doctor's office that does DNA testing for medications to help you speed along your process to recovery. This test goes over everything. SSRIs, your selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. SNRIs, your selective norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. Atypical antidepressants. Tricyclical antidepressants, and your MAOIs, mood stabilizers, anticonvulsants. Atypical antipsychotics. Typical antipsychotics. Anxiolytics, which is your anti-anxiety medications, ADHD medications, NRIs, A2 agonists, alternative complementary medications, which are basically like vitamins, and your pain medications, your non-opioid analgesics, opioids, and miscellaneous. I'm sure this test can be guided towards any type of illness or medications. Like I'm sure there's one out there for what are they called? Not anti-inflammatories, antibiotics. I'm sure there's one out there for those too, but I had this specific one done for my depression disorder and anxiety. I came to the conclusion that SSRIs, which are no good for me. My psychiatrist didn't believe a word I was saying when I told him that I wasn't feeling any better on Lexapro, on Paxil, on Zoloft, on Celexa. I had such an adverse reaction to Paxil. That's what sent me into which basically led into my trip into the psych ward. Checking myself into the psych ward. This this test will tell you which enzyme in your liver metabolizes each medication, and it will explain which enzyme does what and how it metabolizes. It tells you which medications to stay away from. Me particularly, I can't take any SSRIs, any antipsychotics, atypical or typical. For anxiety medications, it tells you which liver enzyme metabolizes each drug: Xanax, Busbar, chlorazodiazepine, Klonopin, Valium, Vistarol, and Ativan. One thing I want to suggest is, if you are on medications and you've been try and find a doctor that will give you this test. Look it up. It has helped me tremendously. I'm still not 100% better. I have had a minor setback. I'm on a drug called Prestige. It's an SNRI. 50 milligrams every morning. Take it once a day. I tried 100 milligrams of it, but the side effects of the nausea and dizziness were too much, so I had to knock it back down. So I'm stuck on that. So the Prestige definitely took the edge off of my depression. What else can I say? There are mood stabilizers, stuff like Neurontin, Lamictal, Lithium, Triliptal, Lyrica, Topamax, and Depakote. Those are underneath mood stabilizers and anticonvulsants. Some of these can be used to boost your antidepressant. I'm currently on Prestige. Like I said, I tried lithium to boost it, but the side effects I felt at a low dose, 150 milligrams, I was sweating too much, which it does make you dehydrated. A lot of dizzy spells. Unfortunately, it did help with my depression, but the side effects did suck, which sucks about all these medications, are about them having side effects. Right now, I am currently taking still the 50 milligram Prestige, and I just got put on a medicine called Triliptal, oxcarbazepine. 2 days into it, I feel better than I did. I mean, coming off that small dose of lithium, I knew that it helped my depression, but the side effects sucked. So once I got off it, I came back down into I would say, a deeper state of depression than I had been in a while. The last 2 days of taking this small dose of Triliptal, I think my psychiatrist prescribed me 150 milligrams, and I cut it in half to 75 milligrams. It's really an anti-seizure medication, but what it does is help calm down the neurotransmitters in your brain. That's all the research I've done on the medicine. So far, so good. I had a rough couple days, and with all these medications that I've tried, and I know I'm not the only one out there. You get skeptical. You get I guess anxious and untrustworthy, even with medications. Is this one going to be the fix? So keep my fingers crossed. Because I was making some good strides on the lithium, but the sweating and the dizziness and the nausea was too much. Even on low doses, I've seen there's people on the internet on 900 milligrams, 1200 milligrams a day. And that's more for the higher doses I've read are more for bipolar disorder. This Triliptal can also be used for bipolar disorder, but it's kind of an off-label method. Off-label basically means that you're using a medication that's meant for one thing and can actually help another thing. I'm stuck in this position. I'm hoping that this is going to be the one that's going to make me feel better, be able to function normally. One day I will say is that it actually makes you tired. I tried Pamelor, 10 milligrams of that. That's called nortriptyline. Pamelor is the brand name. I tried 10 milligrams of that. I was able to sleep through the night, but I would sleep more than 10 hours. And when I tried the 25 milligrams, I would sleep more than 14 hours. So that isn't exactly working out for me. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed on this one. As far as my DNA looks, I don't have many options, unfortunately. So we're gonna try and go with what we have here. I think my only other option is gonna be, if this doesn't work, to attempt to get off of or stay on Prestige and try a medicine called Trintellix. I don't know if you guys have tried that out or not. Which I guess I'm kind of getting off my topic here, but I just figured that one of my previous videos I said if you can't sleep, try and do something productive, and this is my productivity. This is me trying to help other people out who are struggling and maybe are in that tough spot where they just keep trying medications and trying medications and trying medications, and no progress is being made, or they have adverse effects, and they're losing hope, like I was. And finding out about this test gave me hope. I'm still not out of the woods, but I think I'm getting there. I know that I need more than just the Prestige. I need a little something to boost it. I've read that there's some people on the max dose of 400 milligrams. I also know that it's one of the harder medicines to get off of, because the lowest dose they make is 25 milligrams, and it's an extended release tablet. So you're not supposed to cut any extended release tablets in half or in quarters or anything like that. So I'm hoping my psychiatrist, once I feel better, has a plan to get me off that. I really don't know what else to say on this topic, but if you guys have any questions or comments for me, please feel free to leave them below. Comment, like, subscribe if you like my videos, if you've learned anything from these videos. I know they're kind of long, but there's just a lot on my mind and a lot of stuff I'd like to tell everyone. So if you're still hurting, if you're still watching this video, I want you guys to keep fighting, keep surviving, keep your head up every day, and keep pushing on. And I wish you guys the best of luck through your treatment, through your depression, through your anxiety, through your mood disorder. I'll be making some more videos, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them or learn something from them.